Marietta College. $1,200 of your closest friends across 100 acres. This is home.
Coming up today on WCMO NewsCenter 15, Pope Leo XIV said U.S. President Donald Trump's threat to destroy Iranian civilization was truly unacceptable.
And Turkish lawmakers kicked off a debate Tuesday on a draft law.
Stay with us. Those stories and more coming up on WCMO NewsCenter 15. Hello and welcome to today's edition of WCMO NewsCenter 15. I'm Zach.
And I'm Zach. Top in our news today.
Iran, the United States, and Israel agreed to a 2-week ceasefire in the 11th hour deal that headed off United States President Donald Trump's threat to unleash a bombing campaign to destroy Iranian civilization. But hours after the announcement, Iran and Gulf Arab countries reported new attacks Wednesday. Even before the new attacks, much about the agreement was unclear as the sides presented vastly different versions of the term. Iran said the deal would allow it to formalize its new practice of charging ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial transit lane for oil. But the details were not clear, nor was it whether the ships would feel safe using it. It also was unclear whether any other country agreed to this condition.
A fire broke out Wednesday morning at Rio de Janeiro's Olympic Park Velodrome, promoting a major emergency response involving around 80 firefighters and 20 vehicles. Authorities said Rio State Military Fire Department said the blaze was under control and largely confined to the venue's fabric roof. There have been no reported injuries, and the interior of the building, including the Olympic Museum, remained untouched. While the cause of the latest incident is currently under investigation, the facility has a history of roof fires. 2 similar blazes occurred in 2017, both caused by falling paper sky lanterns. I wonder what the weather's going to look like.
Well, fortunately, we got Declan here with the current conditions. What's going on outside right now, Declan?
What's up? Unfortunately, my name's not Zach, so you just get Declan, but we're getting some warmer temperatures this week. Right now, it's 49 degrees. I guess it's raining. I didn't really see that when I was outside, but it feels like 46 degrees, and then you've got the UV, you got the air quality, which is a 9, you got the pollen, which is pretty low. That's good for the people with allergies, huh? And then you go to the next, the wind, it's 3 miles per hour. That's not a lot of wind. That's good. That means the rowers will get to row, because if it's over like 15, they can't. Sunrise was at 7:05. Sunset was is going to be at 7:36. What else we got? Oh, that's all we got, I guess, for today. Well, I'm Declan Garrett. Thanks for the first update on weather. Now we'll go back to the desk.
Pope Leo XIV said Tuesday that the United States President Donald Trump's threat to destroy Iranian civilization was truly unacceptable and said any attacks on civilian infrastructure violate international law. In some of his strongest comments yet against the war, the American Pope urged Americans and other people of goodwill to contact their political leaders and congressional representatives to demand they reject war and work for peace. He was referring to Trump's threat that a whole civilization will die tonight if Iran fails to meet his latest deadline to strike a deal that includes reopening the Strait of Hormuz.
Turkish lawmakers kicked off a debate Tuesday on a draft law package that includes restricting access to social media platforms for children under 15, making Turkey the latest country to seek measures to protect young people from dangerous online activity. If it becomes law, the bill would force social media platforms to install age verification systems, provide parental controls tools, and require companies to rapidly respond to content deemed harmful. It's unclear how long the parliament debate will last.
Coming up, the Ohio State cannabis law has changed.
And Delta Airlines has raised their checked baggage fees also.
All this and more after the break.
At Marietta College, teamwork goes beyond athletics. At Marietta, we promote individuality, creativity, and resilience. Whoever you are, wherever you're from, we are Ohio Nation. This is the time, this is the place. We are pioneers. We are Marietta College.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I think it goes around.
Let's go. We gotta get you in practice.
And it's set.
The Colorectal Cancer Alliance wants you to know a lot of things in life are preventable. Colon cancer is common and deadly, but that's also preventable. The Alliance is doing its part to end colorectal cancer. Now do yours. Get involved. And if you're 45 or older, talk to your doctor about the colon cancer screening options available to you. Go to colorectalcancer.org to learn more. Oh boy.
Yeah!
Welcome back. Starting off, the Ohio State cannabis law has changed. Ohio's previous cannabis laws were passed by voters in November 2023 election, with 57% of Ohioans approving a basic framework for legal recreational marijuana. However, Senate Bill 56 changes that. Senate Bill 56 passed in December of 2025, and since it has passed and introduces changes like charges for transporting cannabis outside of a car's trunk or ingesting cannabis in public. This includes edibles that have been legal to use in public spaces for 2 years. Furthermore, smoking and vaping in public has been made a misdemeanor. The new Ohio law also bans the sale of the THC drinks and intoxicating hemp products by businesses and prohibits transportation of marijuana across state lines.
Delta Airlines announced Tuesday that it's raising checked baggage fees, part of a broader wave of U.S. carriers responding to higher jet fuel prices tied to the war in the Middle East. Beginning Wednesday, most domestic and short-haul international passengers will pay $45 to check one bag, $55 for a second, and $200 for a third. According to Delta, that's an increase of $10 on each of the first two bags and $50 on the third. The move follows similar announcements from United Airlines and JetBlue, both of which raised baggage fees last week.
Thanks, Zach. In other news, Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan, whose motorcades are reportedly among the largest in Africa, is cutting down on the number of official and luxury vehicles as part of measures to save fuel as oil prices rise. Several African governments have announced steps to cope with fuel shortages and rising prices. Madagascar on Tuesday declared a state of emergency to reduce fuel consumption, while South Africa cut the fuel levy and Ethiopia introduced rationing. Senegal banned all but essential foreign trips for government ministers.
The animal rights group PETA lawsuits over the health of French bulldogs and some other popular dog breed has been dismissed, with a judge saying a New York law was misapplied to the case. The suit filed last year marked a new front in the PETA's long-running campaign against dog breeders. The case accused the American Kennel Club of promulgating unhealthy standards and ideals for Frenchies, the nation's most prevalent dog breed, but the clubs count as well as bulldogs, Chinese Shapirs, Dachshunds, and Pugs. The AKC, the nation's oldest purebred dog registry, rejected the claims and said it prioritized canine health.
Coming up in entertainment news, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives star can't have unsupervised visits with her toddler son.
And Miley Cyrus celebrated the 20th anniversary of Hannah Montana.
Stay with us.
We're certainly experiencing some warm temperature this week, so when we're back, I'll have the details with your 5-day forecast coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Mo. This Movember, the moustache is calling once more. Raise funds, save lives. Sign up at Movember.com.
There's a place for everyone at Marietta College. Our place is here as esports competitors. This is Marietta College Esports.
Thanks for staying with us. Taylor Frankie Paul, a star of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, cannot spend unsupervised time with her 2-year-old son due to a history of violent behavior directed at the boy's father while kids were present. A Utah court commissioner ruled on Tuesday. 3rd District Court Commissioner Russell Minas said, "I have concerns going both ways" about competing allegations between Dakota Mortensen and Paul, who was also set to star in the most recent season of The Bachelorette, before it was pulled days before airing.
Sporting that Hannah Montana blonde hair and bangs, Miley Cyrus went back to her roots, celebrating 20 years of the TV show that launched the career of a real-life pop star. Cyrus reunited with the cast members of Hannah Montana in Los Angeles Monday evening for the premiere of the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special. The milestone has given her a chance to see the character and series from a new perspective. Cyrus, who began the Disney Channel show at age 13, played Miley Stewart, a tween and middle schooler hiding her secret life as a famous pop singer.
Back in our typical animal news, the parents of a toddler who suffered a minor injury at a Pennsylvania theme park zoo after squeezing through a fence near a wolf enclosure and making contact with one of the animals has been charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Police said evidence showed that the parents both walked about 25 to 30 feet away from the child to a seating area with benches and appeared to be paying attention to their cell phones when they noticed what was happening. The child reached a chain link fence enclosure and was hurt after placing a hand through it. Let's move on to Hollywood now. Scream fans who can't get enough of the franchise get an update to Scream 4.
And there's a new take on the crazy rivalry between musical legends in the new Amadeus miniseries.
Brendan is here with the scoop of our Hollywood Minute.
Hello everyone! Scream 7 is the top grossing movie in franchise history, so it's no surprise that Scream 8 is in the works. According to Deadline and The Hollywood Reporter, sisters Nora and Lila Zuckerman, who've worked on a range of popular TV shows, are writing a script for the next installment. Almost everyone knows of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, Taxi, and The Simpsons. James L. Brooks helped create them and many more. And now he's been chosen to receive the Peabody Award's inaugural Industry Icon Award. The writer, director, and producer, whose films include Terms of Endearment, Broadcast News, and As Good as It Gets, will be honored at a ceremony May 31st in Beverly Hills. Emmy nominees Will Sharp and Paul Bettany star in a new take on Amadeus. This period drama, based on Peter Shaffer's award-winning play, lavishly explores themes of genius, jealousy, and divinity. The limited series premieres May 8th on Starz. Well, that's all I have from Hollywood for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much.
I wonder what the temperatures will look like next week.
Well, fortunately, Declan is here with the details. Declan, what can we expect from Mother Nature for the rest of this week?
Thanks, Zach and Zach. Well, here's the full week for the weather. This is a map of America, and we're right there. And there's some rain, but it doesn't look like that's going in our direction. Here's a map again, and this is closer, and there's absolutely no rain. Isn't that a thing of beauty? No snow, no rain. We're fully hitting spring, huh? That's a good thing. Oh, we're reaching flow state now on weather. All right, so you got Friday, right? And that's going to be a high of 75, a low of 51. There was no rain on the map. Why is it raining? What's going on, man? That's my name. Saturday, it's going to be a high of 67. It's a low of 48. And the rain's continuing. I saw no rain on this map. How are we getting 2 straight days of rain? 79, 47. The churchgoers, it's going to be sunny for you guys. Partly sunny, though, so only a little bit of the sun. The rest just disappeared. On Monday, the high is 68, the low is 61, and the rain's returned. That's a lot of rain. That's disappointing. I guess spring brings you rain. It brings you rain because there's more. But that's going to be 77 degrees. All right, that's the 5-day forecast. Thank you so much. My name's Declan Garrett. We're cooking now. And, yeah, back to you guys at the desk.
I'm sorry that stressed you out, Declan. When we come back, Lee will join us from the world of sports.
See you in a few.
Let's do this! Yeah! There's something stirring up inside of me I never felt before. Doesn't it hit you right now that I'm with you? Sparks are flying loose, fireworks go off in my brain.
We always support you at Girl Scouts.
When I look up the stars,
We're together, we can do big things.
everything's better with you.
Make it your year of friendship at Girl Scouts.
I never chew tobacco.
I don't drink much.
Never smoked a cigarette in my life.
HPV. Isn't that about cervical cancer?
What does that have to do with oral cancer? HPV? Didn't know that.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us now for sports is Lee.
Lee, tell us about it.
Thanks, guys. Michigan sealed the national championship in dramatic fashion as Roddy Gale Jr. grabbed the final rebound and launched the ball down court, ending UConn's last hope. As the buzzer sounded, teammates celebrated at midcourt, marking the Wolverines' first title in 37 years. Built entirely through transfers, Michigan's lineup proved dominant despite poor shooting and injuries to star Axel Lindenborg. Their strength, depth, and teamwork carried them to a 69-63 victory, showing that resilience and unity mattered more than stats in a hard-fought championship game. On to women's, UCLA capped a historic season by finishing #1 in the AP Women's Basketball poll after a dominant championship win over South Carolina, marking the program's first ever NCAA title. The Bruins were a unanimous top pick and showed their strength all season, while South Carolina, UConn, and Texas rounded out the top 4. Despite UConn's long run at #1 in deep tournament success from teams like Duke and Michigan, UCLA stood above the rest. Their achievement also placed them among the select group of programs with a lasting legacy in the sport's history. Thanks to UCLA for letting me win $300. Marietta College senior Ayanna Hancock was named Ohio Athletic Conference Softball Pitcher of the Week after a dominant stretch in the circle. Against Denison University, she allowed just 1 run on 7 hits with 6 strikeouts, then followed with a 1-hit shutout over Heidelberg University, adding 5 more strikeouts. For the week, Hancock went 2-0 with a .55 ERA and held opponents to a .182 average. The Pioneers faced Muskegon University yesterday, and they won, before returning home to host Ohio Wesleyan University on Thursday. Lastly, Marietta College women's lacrosse fell 18-6 to Ohio Northern University after being shut out in the second half. Marietta started strong with goals from Renee Mulvaney and Molly Dinkins, who finished with 3 goals and an assist, but trailed 11-6 at halftime after a late run by Ohio Northern. The Pioneers struggled offensively after the break, managing just 3 shots on goal, while Ohio Northern pulled away with 7 more scores. Tessa Labriscano recorded 3 first-half saves, and Morgan Parker added 4 in the second half. Marietta will face Otterbein University on the road yesterday. That's all I have from the world of sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
We appreciate it, Lee. And back at the desk with us is Declan for a last look at the forecast. What's going on right now, Declan?
Well, you called it before. I'm extremely stressed because there's just so much rain. It's rain, it's rain, it's more rain. But I have a question for you guys because it's a day of Zachception. How'd you get your name, Zach? What are you named after?
What am I named after? I don't know. My
Really?
mom said Zach, and it's spelled differently than his because my grandpa needed to be able to spell it.
What about you?
I don't know what that deals with.
Yeah,
I am named after the Saved by the Bell character, Zach.
There you go. Well,
Gang,
also, come see Doc Sees God and You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. That opens tomorrow. It's Marietta College Theater. That opens on Friday.
We appreciate the shout out, Declan. And that is all the time we have for today. We hope you have a great week. We hope you pack your umbrella. From all of us here at WCMO NewsCenter 15, Marietta College Broadcasting, thanks again for joining us.